everyone, welcome in. Mattel is releasing a new Barbie doll, a Lucedale native signs with a new college football team, and an update on a shooting that happened Friday after a high school basketball game. All that and more coming up on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello everyone, I'm Catherine Brooke. I'm in for Devin Walsh today. I hope everyone is having a great afternoon, and thanks for checking in with WKRG News 5 Now. And before we get started, let's go ahead and let's do our 5 big stories of the hour. All right. So with number 5, Mattel has unveiled its first autistic Barbie. The doll's creator, who was diagnosed with both autism and ADHD, says it shows how minor adjustments can make life easier to navigate. Designers hope autistic children will see themselves in the new Barbie and that other kids will appreciate what it's like to be on the spectrum. With number 4, former George County star quarterback Deuce Knight has chosen his new college home. The Lucedale native has chosen to transfer to Ole Miss. Knight played in 2 games for the Auburn Tigers this season. He accounted for over 400 yards and 6 total touchdowns in Auburn's dominant win over Mercer. Ole Miss is coming off a 31-27 loss to Miami last week in the college football playoff semifinals. Knight is a strong contender to be the starting quarterback next season. And with number 3, temperatures have taken a dip and shelters will be open tonight at the Waterfront Rescue Mission, McKimmy Place, and the Salvation Army. If temperatures remain below 40 degrees, they will stay open overnight into Tuesday. People are urged to call 211 in Mobile County if they need assistance. Transportation to and from shelters is also available. And with number 2, officials are investigating a fire on a barge in the Mobile River. The U.S. Coast Guard requested for assistance from Mobile Fire Rescue after they saw a barge on fire just north of the Africatown Bridge. The barge is carrying old vehicles and no one was injured, and the fire is under control. Officials didn't say how the fire started though. And finally, with number 1, we have an update on a shooting that happened after a Murphy High School basketball game Friday night that injured 1 person. The mother of a teenage boy who was shot told News 5 he remains in the hospital and is recovering. The mother does not want to share her son's identity or why the shooting happened. She went on to say, quote, "We are trusting the process and praying for full healing and justice." Surveillance cameras captured some of the more than 24 shots that were fired. According to Mobile police, the shooting stemmed from a fight in the school parking lot that spilled into Carlin Street. That's where gunfire began. So far, no arrests have been made. And that is our 5 big stories of the hour. And again, I know we talked about for number 3, it is very cold out there, so make sure you guys have your jackets and your gloves and your coats. It's funny because coming down from Virginia, where I'm from is outside of DC, it is very cold there, but now I feel like I'm very much used to the weather here, and anything below 50 degrees, I'm like, I can't do it. So without further ado though, let's go ahead with our Facebook question of the day. Who's your law enforcement role model? So my oldest brother, I'm the youngest of 5, 4 older brothers. My oldest brother, Danny, he is a police officer, police officer in Roanoke County in Virginia. So he is my law enforcement role model. So let's see who your law enforcement role model is. My grandfather-in-law, my father-in-law, my husband, and my son. 4 generations of dedicated law enforcement. I was going to say there's a lot of law enforcement in your family, Shellbell. My son-in-law, who works with Greene County, Mississippi Sheriff's Office, he was injured while in the line of duty, but he is back at work now. I'm glad that he is okay, and he is back at work doing what he loves. Let's see here. My brother, Frank Woodward, who retired as a lieutenant from the Mobile Police Department and then became an investigator for the Alabama Department of Forensic Science. That's awesome. He was my brother, my friend, an amazing uncle to my son, and a brilliant and genuine man. Life has not been the same since he passed away in 2005. I'm really sorry to hear that, Jackie. He sounds like a great man. Let's do a couple more here. My grandfather, the late Sheriff Harrell of Covington County. That's awesome. And do a little bit more here. my daughter, Dakota Hammock. She has no idea how much I look up to her for choosing the career I feel like she's born to do. That's awesome. And thank you guys for sharing your answers to today's question of the day. And let's go ahead and let's do our poll results so far. So we're going to our Facebook poll. And so we want to know, sorry. Do you watch the award shows? So personally, I don't. So I just like kind of forget that they're on and that they're happening. So I'm going to say no. I know the woman that's in this picture. Oh God, I forget her name. I feel so bad, but she's very funny. But I know a lot of people watch these shows. A lot of people don't. Oh, so far, a lot of people say no. So 88%, or 88, should I say, people have said no. 2 people have said yes. And I don't know, I guess 3 people have no opinion. But that is awesome. Yeah, I also kind of just forget that they're on. I forget that they're kind of on there. But we'll go ahead and we'll share those results when we come back at 5:30 tonight. 5:35 tonight to share the results to that poll. And you guys still have time to answer in the question of the day and vote in the poll. And you can go ahead and follow News 5 Now on Facebook to be notified when News 5 Now streams live every weeknight at 12:30 and at 5:30 p.m. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. So what you can do now is wait until our News 5 at 4, right? News 5 at 4 is at 4, and then we'll be there at 5 and 6, and we'll be back at 10, and we'll be at Gulf Coast CW sister station at 9 p.m. tonight. All right, have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.